What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and in this video we'll be talking about how to prepare for the April update, meaning things you can do to be in the best position for when it launches on Tuesday, and you can be ready to get loads of the new highly leveled gear on day one. Some of you might not want to prepare, and I completely understand that. It's not always good to speed through games and new content in a rush, and you want to enjoy it and have it last a while, especially seeing as just an update, it's not a massive expansion. We probably won't get our next expansion or DLC for quite a while. So this is for those of you who want to be a step ahead on day one and to level up fast. And I think I've got some really good tips that will definitely help you out, and you probably won't have thought of, and I want to get this video up now so you have enough time over the weekend to prepare. So the first tip is going to be to not infuse anything. Obviously, the new infusion system means everything goes over 100%, so it's definitely not a good idea to infuse anything, especially exotics, which don't have a good conversion rate. So you'll be losing a lot of light levels if you do infuse stuff now. So I'd say wait until the April update comes out, and that way everything will be 100%. If you've got something you want to infuse, just save it, and then when the update comes out on Tuesday, you'll be able to infuse it for 100% of the efficiency. Now, the next thing is something I've said before, but it's to buy these ships and shaders from Variks, because they will be disappearing and they'll be put inside packages instead, so you have to rely on RNG to obtain them from now on. So I'd say buy them now while you can, while they're available, and instead of having to wait until packages and try and get lucky to obtain them. Because if you're a collector like me, you'll probably want to make sure you get those shaders, so definitely try and get your hands on those before they disappear into packages. Another thing is to make sure you have your antiquated runes all ready and charged. It's definitely important you have them charged so that you're ready to go, because of course Court of Oryx will now drop artifacts up to 335, so that is a big source of getting new highly leveled gear. Now, the next thing is going to be to edge at factions. This is a classic thing you can do in Destiny before expansions or DLCs. This is to make sure that you get all of your faction reputation on the very edge of ranking up to the next level, and that way the second you hop on Tuesday, you can do something small to get a little bit of rep, and that'll boost you to the next level, and that'll give you, of course, a package which can now give you something new up to 335. There are a lot of sources you can get high level gear in, and packages are going to be a very big deal in the April update. There are a lot of things you can get from them, and the ranking of them is very high as well, so you want to make sure you're getting those packages, especially the Vanguard and the faction ones. The next tip is going to be a real quick one, just to make sure you grab your Trials emblem while you can. This one you can see on screen right now for getting Flawless. This is going to be disappearing, and there's going to be a new Trials emblem on Tuesday with the new rotation of Trials of Osiris. So this is your last chance to grab this one. If you can, make sure you hop on and grab this emblem if for any reason you don't have it yet. The next one is going to be to do with engrams. This is an interesting topic, and we still do not know officially if engrams that you get right now will actually decode new stuff with the April update. They have not confirmed or denied whether it will work, but I'd say it's definitely worth grabbing them anyway. I've got like 15 exotic engrams, so if it does by any chance work, then I'll be definitely set to get a lot of new stuff, and it can drop up to 335 as well, so make sure you stock them up, legendary and exotic. And speaking of that, you should also grab 3 of coins from Xur this weekend while you can too, and then on Tuesday you can grind away with the 3 of coins, get as many exotic engrams as you can, and those will decode into those new year 1 exotics and also some 335 gear. My next tip is to make sure you get full legendary marks and try and hit the cap. We're not sure if they're going to be too useful. I'm not really seeing too many things that actually require legendary marks to purchase new things, where the vendors aren't going to have a new gear that you can buy with marks. We know most of the new gear will be gotten through packages, which of course has nothing to do with marks, but it's definitely handy to get them anyway, and make sure you don't decrypt any legendary gear that you would decrypt normally. Wait until after the update and have as much legendary marks as you possibly can. And the marks will also be useful for buying planetary materials, which could be used to upgrade things or just trade into a faction to get extra reputation and one of those packages. On a similar note, of course, you want to make sure you get a lot of glimmer and have near the 25,000 cap. And any extra glimmer you have, make sure you spend that on weapon parts with the gunsmith, and that is the most efficient and point productive way to rank up your factions and get those packages. Not in heavy ammo, make sure you buy the weapon parts from the gunsmith, and that is a good way to spend your glimmer and get as many packages as possible. You also shouldn't decrypt any of those things that give you 200 glimmer, so the house banners, the axiomatic beads and stuff like that. You shouldn't spend any of those, just keep those in your vault. That's basically an extra way to keep glimmer. And if you're running low, you can do the old raids as well for Ascendant and Radiant materials, and those you can trade with the speaker for glimmer, of course, which is super important, like I said, and you can use those to buy weapon parts, which you give to factions to get packages a lot faster. It's also a good idea to make sure you have a full inventory of completed bounties ready to turn in, so that's a ton of XP you can use to rank up your weapons. And the final thing I want to say is make sure you get 2 friends ready as well. Make sure you save the time of asking around and seeing who's around, who might be busy, because when it launches, you're going to hop right into the new mission, the new strike, and grind Challenge of Elders, because that, of course, is not match made. So make sure you get your 2 friends ready and you know who you're going to play with. You can hop in and not wait around. So those are all my tips for making sure you get ready for the April update and grind away to get the best start possible. Hopefully you guys have found this video helpful. Give it a like rating if you did, and of course comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video.